Have you ever had a burning dream, only to let that flame die out because of the cold words of others? If the answer is yes, then the story of Tony, a young man with a heart full of aspirations, might be the source of motivation you are looking for. In a small village nestled on a hillside, Tony lived with a grand ambition. He didn't dream of gold or power, but of a lush garden, where rows of verdant vegetables reached for the sun. His business plan had been meticulously outlined in an old notebook. It wasn't just about growing vegetables, but about creating an organic produce brand, providing clean food for the entire community. Every page contained his enthusiasm, from selecting seeds, researching soil improvement methods, to market access strategies. In Tony's mind, the future garden appeared so vividly that he could feel the scent of damp earth and the sweet taste of early-season tomatoes. He believed this was his path, the way he could create value and leave his mark. With his heart pounding with excitement, Tony decided to share his idea. He sought out those he respected most in the village, the elders, close friends, and his family. He laid out his plan, his voice ardent and his eyes sparkling with conviction. He spoke of a future where everyone could eat fresh, chemical-free produce cultivated with his own love for his homeland. He expected nods of approval, words of encouragement, or at least some recognition for his dedication. However, his enthusiasm was met with hesitant headshakes and words like cold water being poured over him. A relative uncle patted his shoulder, saying, "Tony, the idea is good, but it's too fanciful. The soil here is very barren. For generations, people have only been able to grow cassava and sweet potatoes." A close friend frowned. "You don't have professional farming experience. People who farm their whole lives still fail, let alone you. The market is fiercely competitive now. How will your vegetables sell?" Each word, one by one, not malicious, but heavy with the weight of doubt. They were like invisible needles pricking the inflated balloon of Tony's hope. Silence fell, and in that silence, he only heard the snickering of mockery. That night, Tony couldn't sleep. He sat alone, turning back through each page of his plan. But now, the words and diagrams that once brimmed with life suddenly became lifeless. His eyes no longer saw the lush garden, but only the piled-up difficulties, the risks everyone had pointed out. Their voices echoed in his head, drowning out the voice of his heart. "Perhaps they are right," he told himself. "I'm just a dreamer." His self-confidence shattered. The flame of passion within him was just a flickering ember, then slowly died out. The next morning, Tony closed the notebook, putting it deep into an old drawer along with his dream. He returned to his daily life, but his smile and vibrant eyes had disappeared. Many weeks passed in gloom. One afternoon, as he sat idly by the stream, his friend Rooney found him. Rooney was a talented carpenter. His woodworking shop was famous throughout the region. What was special was that no one had ever heard Rooney boast about his plans or intentions. People only saw that one day, his woodworking shop suddenly appeared, solid and successful. Rooney sat down next to Tony, not pressing him with questions, just silently watching the water flow. After a long while, Rooney finally spoke, his voice deep and warm. "I heard you gave up on your garden." Tony just nodded, his eyes still fixed on the pebbles at the bottom of the stream. Rooney continued, "Tony, do you know why a seed needs to be sown deep underground? Because there, in silence and darkness, it is protected. It can focus all its energy to sprout, to root deeply before reaching for the sun. Your dream is like that seed. When it's still tender, it's very vulnerable." He looked directly into Tony's eyes and shared a valuable lesson. Don't rush to show your seed to the whole world. Every time you tell someone who isn't ready to listen about your plan, you are expending a part of the energy that should be dedicated to cultivation. And every word of doubt, every headshake, is like a poisonous wind blowing at that young sprout, making it wither and weaken. Learn to work in silence. Let your actions be the soil, perseverance the water, and faith the fertilizer. Don't say anything. Just quietly work. Care for your garden. One day, when it blossoms and bears fruit, its fragrance and colors will naturally attract everyone. Then, you won't need to say a word. Your success will speak for itself most eloquently. Rooney's words were like a cool, refreshing stream watering Tony's parched soul. He realized his mistake. He had allowed outside opinions to determine the value of his dream. He had given others the power to harm the most precious thing he possessed. A new resolve, quiet but fierce, arose within him. The next day, Tony didn't say a word to anyone. He quietly went out to the barren land behind his house where he had planned to make his garden. He didn't reopen the plan notebook because everything was already in his heart. He began to work. He tilled the soil, pulled weeds, fertilized. His hands blistered, then calloused. Sweat drenched his shirt from dawn till dusk. He worked alone, only the chirping of birds and the rustling of wind for company. When he was tired, he remembered Rooney's words about the seed needing to be protected in silence. He transformed silence into strength, turned the past criticisms into motivation to prove them wrong. He no longer sought external validation, but found joy in every plant he cultivated, every green sprout emerging from the earth. Many months passed. The village remained the same. No one paid attention to the small plot of land behind Tony's house. They only noticed he became quieter and more diligent. Then one late autumn morning, the village market became much livelier. Tony appeared, not with his usual gloomy demeanor, but with a cart laden with fresh, delicious vegetables. Ripe red tomatoes like jewels, lush green lettuce heads still dewy with morning mist, glossy carrots, and plump cucumbers. They were not only beautiful but also exuded a fresh aroma of earth and life. Everyone was stunned. Those who had criticized him couldn't believe their eyes. They gathered around his stall, marveling. "Tony, this is ... Are these your own vegetables?" Someone asked, their voice full of astonishment. Tony just smiled gently and nodded. He didn't need to explain, didn't need to boast. His produce, the fruit of his silent labor, was telling its own story. That day, all his vegetables were sold out completely. From then on, Tony's garden became a symbol in the village. He had proved that sometimes the best way to achieve a dream is not to talk about it, but to quietly build it. His story is a reminder for all of us. Cherish your dreams and aspirations. Protect them like a gardener protects precious seeds. Work hard in silence, dedicating all your heart and energy to action. Don't let negative words or the doubts of others discourage you. Then one day, you won't need to say a word because your success will create an echo, the most magnificent symphony, inspiring all who listen.